What is up, everyone? Hi. I just thought I went live there, did my whole intro and everything, like the little music and stuff, but then I realized I didn't click the button. I'm sorry about that. I was in quite a rush just now. But yeah, we're here. Welcome to the office hours with the Sticks intern. This week, not much has happened this week, right? Pretty casual week, right? Oh, iOS code. Do you feel robbed? Okay. I think, maybe we can do something to make you not feel robbed. I think I have something that I was going to set up earlier, but I got caught up making dinner. Took way longer than I expected. Tried to make lobster, I don't normally make that. It's not like it was difficult or anything. I just had to check the instructions a lot, which eats into your time more than you'd realize. Intern. Yeah, dude. I could go for a double length outro. Maybe I could get what I wanted to get set up for the intro done for the outro. That would be good. But yeah, I feel like I've been very, very active in some arguments this week. Kind of feels to me like there's two discussions that are kind of happening here. There's the discussion about many, but as far as the debates on DFK Twitter. Lobster ravioli. I had to pause for that. That got my attention. I hope the sauce was bomb. Anyway, the first debate has been whether we should increase the Gen Zero summoning cooldowns, and I guess not just the Gen Zeros. I'd strike that part, just the summoning cooldown, right? Between the times that you can summon with your heroes to kind of curb inflation of the NFTs. And then the other argument, which has been, about the item usage. And it's pretty cool. We got the Giga patch. Sounds like the roads were laid today, basically. Tons of contracts, dozens upon dozens of contracts. I heard someone read in a very, a voice that could have played any role in any cartoon that he wanted. I heard him say something like that earlier. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what they roll out on this little kind of next week of fun they have planned. I'm going to hatch some green eggs. I've been setting aside some Gaia's tiers, but I'm not going to hatch all of mine. I sold some, so maybe I will end up hatching all of them. But I'm not going to be hatching a lot. And then just very excited to check out the Profession 10 level quest. It seems like they're hoping they've been able to do a lot of change with this, and I'm hoping we'll be able to see kind of what they're talking about when they say they'll be a lot more versatile in making new quests going forward from here. I hope there's kind of a hint of what's to come with this new Profession level 10 quest. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm going to read yours iOS code. Everyone is talking about it because someone suggested it, and then Hubert said he's open to it. Yeah, I think that's a good point. I also think I've seen people say this on Twitter, that hero inflation is too high, right? Because people just summon. And so I don't think that's a new point. I think this is something I've been hearing people rumble about for a long time. But I don't have a strong preference either way. It comes down to me really, whether they have access to any, I don't know, better projections than what I have, which is very likely in my mind. But at current rate, we'd have to have we'd be over 1 million mid next year. So Grady earlier was saying it was 1 year today from the big FUD event that caused him to start streaming. And it'd be funny to look back 1 year from now and see where we're at then, because I think it'll be a very different place than it looks now. Yeah, okay. I'm on team, I see the argument, but I would prefer to fuck that shit. So I get you, Starbuck. I totally get you. But that's been the one debate. I was on McNasty's stream. I'm sure everyone's heard every streamer say that by now, because we're all homies watching the same stuff and chatting basically. So, and I mean you all, my audience. You're all watching the same people. And yeah, but McNasty's one was fun. I don't know. I just kind of went in without too strong an opinion. Yeah, and I think I land on just like, yeah, don't try to solve the problem in a fun additive way, even if there's some sort of feature creep or power creep, because that's better than taking away something that we already have. Right? That feels like a step backwards, whereas I feel like they could solve the problem with something that feels like a step forwards. What that is, I mean, they've clearly proven to be much more creative minds than me with all the things that they're coming out with. I really like how the pet upgrade is like wallet, like, or at least realm. I don't remember if it's wallet or realm, but one of the two, wide. So that's really nice, and I'll be really intrigued to see Longside's eventual charts analyzing the data on how many people are using that. Good. Thank you, iOS Code. You're the man. Yeah, but I hope everyone's having a good night tonight. Here, I had some screenshots, but like I could have pulled them up on my computer earlier, but I did not. So I'm just trying to remember what exactly it was. Big Nasty and I were talking yesterday on Twitter, and I thought he really helped me put focus on what I'm thinking on this whole thing. And I want to use that as a jumping off point to talk to all of you. Maybe I need to go to my replies. Ooh, I am so bad at this. I should at least show you what I'm doing, Shit. Thank you for bearing with me, everyone. Anyone who is. Anyway, cool. We are now perfect, right where I wanted to be. Wait, what do you mean by that? Hype? Do you have a video coming out? Something with you on the drums hanging upside down, but the drums are standing right side up and you're swinging above your head, but like it's really below your head because you're hanging upside down? That would be a pretty cool video. You can take that idea if you like it. That was all ad lib right there. No, dude, that's the thing, Skiller. I haven't had time to think, before this. I literally took the last bite of what I was eating, ran in here, played my intro, and realized that I hadn't gone live. It's pretty classic. It's always something with this intern guy, right? And so, what was I looking for again? Definitely the reply to McNasty. No, not slow mad. We can ignore that. I mean, sometimes he accidentally lands on a good critique, but not too often. Yeah, that's someone else. Here we go. Dude, yeah, talk about leaving me on red, Sergeant Filthy. Very upset at you for that. Has anyone been playing the Ethlas Battle Showdown since that announcement? I played it for a good hot minute, and I wonder what it looks like right now. What do you want me to scream? Oh, just go stream of consciousness. At least the best content I have. Well, I mean that's what we're doing. There is nothing. This is why you clip shit. All right. Since we're going stream of consciousness mode, it's just like I think the reason I'm having a hard time thinking is because I just have one thing on my mind, and that is this song I put together. So it's like outrageous. Is Maddie here? Maddie, like chime in if you're here. Here we go. I found what I need. Ooh, yeah. It's just I accidentally stumbled onto a good idea for a song, so very pleased with it. Yeah. going into the files. So this is work in progress number 26 for this song, because I've like thought I was, or 27. Wow, I did one more than I thought, because I've done so many thinking like this is going to be the one, and then I think of a new idea. So I just got to show it to someone, I think. Beef, I'm smoking on that. Got like 3 hours of sleep. I know what I'm smoking on. I thought I just couldn't hear it, but I need to enable the monitor. All right, here we go. Properties. No, that's not it. Audio properties. Yes, there we go. Monitor only. All right. And then I'll actually monitor.
Is on this like weird ass trend that's going down, okay, cool. But it's like bullshit. Like we're trying to do this like so fucking cool. This idea of like gaming and adding blockchain to it to create a world that is like an intelligent ecosystem. Floor heroes are $1. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? Gives a shit. Own items, fucking battle in the world. It gets me so fucking excited. GameFi is on this like weird ass trend that's going down, but it's like bullshit in the world. It gets me so fucking excited. Everybody who's in right now is like all for it, and then the people who are outside of it just aren't educated. Gives a shit. Own items, fucking battle in the world. It gets me so fucking excited. Like I want the best hero no matter what. I'm burning a sage. I'm burning a dragoon. I'm like doing it. I don't care. It's like laser sound. NFTs make money. NFTs, laser sound, make money. NFTs, laser sound, NFTs make money. NFTs, laser sound, NFTs, laser sound, make money. NFTs, laser sound, NFTs make money. Like that's not what's going on here. It's all of GameFi. It's not even DFK. Like people who are nervous about GameFi in general because it's a bear, because it's this weird new industry of like obnoxiousness and annoying YouTubers. Floor heroes are $1. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? Gives a shit. Own items, fucking battle in the world. It gets me so fucking excited. Everybody who's in right now is like all for it, and then the people who are outside of it just aren't educated. Gives a shit. Own items, fucking battle in the world. It gets me so fucking excited. Like I want the best hero no matter what. I'm burning a sage. I'm burning a dragoon. I'm like doing it. I don't care. Like it's like laser sound. NFTs make money. NFTs, laser sound, make money. NFTs make money. NFTs,
Right? So that's obviously called NFTs make money. I had my monitor on. It was hard to talk while hearing myself. But yeah, I freaking love that, right? Isn't that sick at the end? It just like builds to there. And like, I want to highlight Bob here because big part of the reason I had so much fun with making this one is that I basically clipped out all of the parts where Maddie said, all right, here's what someone else does that I'm about to explain. And then he starts saying, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And it's just like, dude, I could just have you say all the things you disagree with so well. And it was so funny, in my opinion. I hope you all enjoyed it. I also have a pretty funny story about the Sarge songs, which I actually do need to put up more urgently than that one. So, Fext, I will get a link out as soon as it is fully done. I have like small tweaks to make, and I have to run it by my my old partner from when I used to do this in college, because he always has really good like finishing touches to add on that I like to incorporate. So but yeah, that's the work in progress. But you heard the Sarge intro if you watched that thing last Friday, the one that featured Styx Intern. There's a full-length version of that. Yours is a priority, Sergeant. Your song is a priority because I need to get it. It's been done longer. I need to get it out. But so it has this extremely long intro, the full-length version that you heard none of in what Sergeant played. And when I was making it, I was thinking like it's like a Sergeant Filthy McNasty debate night question where like, the song begins, it's kind of a gentle lead in. The question, he seems like he's talking about this topic that you're familiar with, and you're like, all right, I got this answer coming to mind because he's talking and he's got this intro going for so long, talking, and then you get to the call of the question, and it's like, so what hero is the least valuable right now, in your opinion? When he's like been talking about pets the whole time. And so it's like the calm beginning, and then it just hits you hard. And so that was what I was going for with McNasty. Is I literally tried to build that idea into the song because I think it's so iconic. Beef, man. You got to get a better microphone. Honestly, you and Mosh are always just like cutting in and out, so it's hard to. That's why I think you were disappointed in the end with the little clips I'm in. Do we even influence the devs? How many people have heard the Mythic Squad song? I hope most of the people here have. No, I mean, speaking of more beats, though, I want to call out Dragon Tales, DFK Tales. Sounds like he's got a Legionnaire one in the hopper. And that, it has to be like some riff on This Is Sparta using a, DFK kind of concept. That's what's going to be. Like, this is Sarandale, or this is, I don't know, I could see them going Jewel, anything. But I bet that's going to be like a big build up to that, I hope I'm pleasantly surprised and he does something way beyond my wildest expectations. And I think that's the plausible outcome. That's what I would bet on happening, because DFK Tales makes cool shit. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. We're going to get some more songs there. I'm also working on a track for the voiceover actor himself, Wowie, because I give that a wowie, or like that's a wowie. That's a really good clip to just drop in right before you bring in some drums or something else. Makes the brain happy. Oh yeah. No, like I get that. Like yeah, taste is the most important thing. So that's what he should go for. Right. Play the Mythic Squad one. Do you want me to play it? All right. I mean, you saw the effort that just took, but I did just go through it, so maybe it'll be easier this time. I can browse. Taboo subjects. The DFK collection, Mythic Squad intro. Okay.
The biggest reckless speculators I know. Mythic Squads, we influence the devs.
top of list for Mythic Squad for sure. Like they're building around us. You get immersed in the community because this community is Mythic Squad. One of the biggest reckless speculators I know is Mosh, and he's won plenty of times because of it.
Oh, they're gonna smash.
Mythic Squad. Yeah, but yeah, that's what we live on in Mythic Squad. Mythic Squad. We love reckless speculating, but we like to work through it as a group. Recklessly speculating is funner with friends.
Yeah, so that's I gotta stop. I keep listening to it and then I hear myself. So that's like I hate talking like that. Anyway, that's the Mythic Squad one I made, but it's like literally the first DFK intro song that I made for anyone. So I was still, kind of getting my bearings. It was like only 45 seconds or something. So definitely need to go revisit and do something cooler, especially because I've gotten better. I've learned how to do things, which is cool. Also, yeah, I have the ability to record any clip at pretty decent quality. It's amazing. I need to hear. When we get DFK, I mean, are you saying when we hang out at 3XP, or are you saying I don't know what you mean by that, Sergeant? Ooh, thank you. Appreciate it, Beef. Yeah, it would have been really easy for me to just call it tonight, offer another just filthy, nasty excuse, for missing the stream. It's my beloved spouse's birthday today, but I threw her a party over the weekend, so she's pretty happy about that. Yeah, and then, I got a haircut. What do you guys think? Isn't this crazy? It's like a whole new intern. Who is that guy? Where's the curly mop? DFK Con. Yes. Okay, that's what I thought you meant. I just wasn't sure. Yeah. We'll set it all up. Do you see these in the back here? I left them set up so I could hang out with the bloater on the stream. We got to use those. Oh, man. So here, though, is one thing I did want to talk about is I think the best points I've made in this whole Twitter rant is that this one or these two. Yeah. So a lot of the things that people in the community are upset when the value of their super rare item changes. I feel like most of the changes so far, I will concede not all of them, most of them have been a result of us changing our ideas about what is the best and not really any other objective criteria. And so that's what McNasty and I were talking about. I thought this right here, just want to highlight it. Whenever you're thinking about it, what you're having a problem with in the game and wondering why something's losing value. I saw a lot of people recently bring that argument up in this context about hero inflation. And then also Grady bringing it up about stones. But it's just, there's changes that the team makes directly, like when they added dark summoning. But then there are changes that the community just makes, and because of people analyzing the status quo, what the current situation is. And after dark summoning been out for a while, people realize hey, if we ignore the normal summoning logic of trying to go for a mutation, we can get a really good chance at one hero. And that's where this whole theory to use our one class of hero, and that's where this whole theory to use only greater stones with those heroes came from. But I think that could easily change as soon as there's some new mechanics like what we're about to get with the pet food and the equipment, which I don't know what the equipment will do. I just, they seemed excited about it when I was listening to something. I can't remember if it was Bolon's talk or maybe it was maybe it's part of Frisky's talk. I don't know. But either way, the equipment sounded like a really big deal. And I don't know. The only thing is if crafting, right? So like think about this with me. If crafting is super far away, like that's one thing they said recently. And it's important that we have equipment soon. That means we can probably infer something from that state of facts where we're going to be getting equipment some other way than crafting, right? Relatively soon. So I'm intrigued to see what that is. I hope my reckless speculation is correct and that we have some, like, I don't know, surprise stuff soon. But it's just like if you take those two facts, it's like, all right, so we're not going to be making our own equipment while we're waiting for combat if crafting is really far away and coming after combat. So where are we going to get the what does crafting unlock for us that everyone on the team is so excited about? So yeah, those are just the only really good DFK reckless scrupulations I had. I do have a sticks question, but I don't know if I put it in my notes. Ooh, terrible intern today. I don't think I did. Shit. All right. He's of course not here. Let me just read the chat here. Tom Hanks, illegitimate kid. Whoa. Maybe the bloater is. Save your stamina, lad. I don't know what that was. I don't remember what that was in reference to. I'm sorry. True. Look at stone price there. Oh no, yeah, this I agree with. So basically, I think on Grady's point about like slight rarity boost at the Dark Summoner for heroes having used stone and a crystal. Like after I looked at the numbers on DFK today, and I posted those somewhere, it's like the inflation is very clearly at the common and uncommon tiers, and it's just that 2 jobbers are like better than 1, and if you're not going to get at least a rare out of it, which is you could then turn into a then you have the really good chances for a mythic, in my opinion, at least. It's often better to just keep the 2 jobbers because like they can get you back. I don't know. I feel like they could get you the items to acquire whatever you would reasonably get back from like any destruction mechanic, right? So to where like I don't think in a player's mind for most people they would just start getting them to burn common heroes. So rambled. Overall, they're the highest crystal value they've ever been. Yeah, no, I agree with this. Like, I think I can't afford greater stones. That's why I think I don't know. I use all lesser stones whenever I can, right? If I'm summoning 2 commons or 2 uncommons, I won't use a stone pretty much ever. If I'm summoning 2 rares, I'll throw one on there if I think about it, but sometimes I just rip it. And then, other times I plan one out. So kind of just depends on the mood when you play the game as often as some of us do. As part of it too. Don't use stones. Yeah. No, I like that. I like that, Apex. Right. Yes. Because like it just doesn't make sense to do so in this situation. I think this is a really good call out here in your parentheses, the bulk summoning. That is spot on because it's just think about it. If you're doing that, why? And it's going to like significantly increase your cost to do it if you stone everyone. And you're just kind of going for rarity at that point, I feel, so that people can take what you make and use it in the dark summoning pit. And so that's why maybe we see greater inflation of the common and uncommon, because when these people do these mass bulk summons, they get a lot of throwaways that they just, I don't know what most people do with them, but and then they sell the rares, legendaries, and mythics to people who then, smash them together with others. I don't know if there's a solution to that or if that's even a problem, but I just kind of connected the link to me for like why the market's doing that as the bulk summoning reference. There you go. Appreciate it. Yeah, thank you on this. Very excited for that. I mean, I think it means basic PvE, right? You know, if I'm just going to say it out loud, that's what else would give you generic equipment? Maybe you could just buy something. God, that would be awful. I mean, not actually. It would just be sad because I've got my hopes up now. I don't even. So this, I need someone to explain the amulets thing here to me because I was involved when the people were talking about that, but I didn't pay attention to it. You know, and I missed out on something that is memed so often as like, I don't know if this is a meme, but I see people also like referencing amulets as a bad thing or like some mistake, and I'm just like, I feel so in the dark on that one part of the lore. Oh. Thank you, Bob. Appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, I do. I just don't stone every hero because I summon a lot of rugs. If I'm being honest, you know. My best hero in my arsenal is not a stoned hero, but it's a shapeshifter ninja, right? So it's got the decent subclass, and I just give it the biggest crystals I can, right? I have a really strong incentive to give that guy crystals because he's not stoned, but he's got a really good alignment. He's mythic. So there's some pull. Yeah, no, exactly. I agree. Be easy like that. There's like I think there's clearly demand for the greater stones. Otherwise, their price wouldn't be going up. So there's demand at the top for sure. And once I heard someone explain the logic, I was just like, yes, that is just correct, right? Because you match up heroes where you get like a 70+% chance because you're using the same thing, or you use the rarity floor to attempt to upgrade a common dread to like a rare by summoning it with like a floor mythic. That's just, you know, the results of someone's bulk summoning. Game will give you a base set of items to use default weapons or whatever until you craft. Just like, this makes sense. Yeah, I also need to catch up on all the new news. Like I couldn't prepare for this. That literally just means I haven't been able to read the DFK news. Been too busy arguing with Grady on Twitter. I'm trying to make a meme about that. Basically, like, I wonder. I don't know if there's already a format for this, but you know, like the way we behave in public, right? Kind of like in your face, but in private, and it's just like two business people having a meeting. I don't know. I'm working on it. It's clearly in the noodle and not ready for the world. But yeah, that was the Twitter. Thank you, Sergeant McNasty, for running that back with me. That conversation was fun. I liked your questions. And your self-deprecating humor always appeals to me because, you know, I've been known to employ the same tactic as an idiot myself. So yeah, I'm going to try to play some Ethlas right now because I feel like I had a pretty solid strategy. And I want to see if it just holds up over whatever changes they've made. Oh, this is the wrong one. I'm dumb. That is. Okay, wait, you guys are blowing it up. I got to check this out. Okay, wind bloater utility. I mean, it's already a pet. It's a legendary pet in my house. Do you have any NFTs in your house, Sarge? Mine is in my house. Yeah, and in my wallet. I've got a NFT bloater that I acquired from Be Easy, right? That was you, right? Easy. I'm not getting mixed up. It was late for me. Not late, but I was really tired. Yeah, that night. Drunk as well. But yeah, I think I got it from Be Easy. Thank you for that. No idea if he listed it over market price. I just knew I couldn't let anyone else buy it. And so yeah, now I've got a certificate of authenticity for my live one over there. I agree with this peeve. There's a fairly easy way to get extra snapshot if you're at the level you call for. Thank you. Appreciate you there. Got it. Okay. Well, I mean, that may have been like the first thing that made them realize, like, oh shit, how do we let them equip it? You know, they're like this problem stood in their way. Was the fact that they tried to do that. So I know maybe that, little controversy is a blessing in disguise, but I am happy to understand it now. It's just very topical with the chat of equipment, right? Maybe that's why they're so excited. They just want to distribute the amulets, and there isn't anything coming soon. My reckless speculation may have been rejected. All right. And if I stop this screen. All right, so I feel like the strategy in Ethlas here. Do you not like Firefox? Can you not share Firefox? Oh my god. What? Oh, there we go. I'm good. Cool. All right. So you just go to this. That's the key. And then I need to open IQ into foreground. So what I did was I bound the hotkey key or K, sorry, to one of my mouse buttons, and my strategy is blowing it right now without my hotkey. So dumb. See, no preparation whatsoever. Okay. All right, we're good. Yeah, I just run around grabbing this stuff and just running away. Double kill. Oh, I got a savage. I have 4 kills there. See, I'm now in the lead just from that. I just found this amusing that I just do this. I also think there's bots in here. I don't know. It's there we go. I can see you guys again. But yeah, I think a lot of these people are bots anyway. I don't know what makes me say that. I just feel it in my bones. Their names are just too plain, like Shirley. Who puts, I don't know. Maybe I'm just wrong, but these feel like bots. Maybe that's why it works so well. Maybe they banned me from the normal person games because they thought I was trolling them with this strategy. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I am Skiller. I'm gonna lock up the 500 jewel for pets. No problem. Because, like, I don't know. I've got hundreds of heroes. I feel like I'm at the point where it makes sense to just do that. You know? Why are you not gonna do it? It's a good question, I think. Gonna have to eventually. I should. Okay, yeah, I like that. I don't know. Skiller Apex doesn't know. So okay, we have some different opinions here. That's good. And look at that. Boom, jewel kill. Easy. Easiest thing in the world. I just wish I knew that these were actually people or not, because it would be a lot. I don't know. It's just too easy to beat people. I really like playing as the Bloat Knight. He's pretty tanky, so he lets his plan work. Spellblub is a bit, I don't know, a bit squishy for my taste. But that's where it's at. Obviously, I mean, that's just very on brand for me too. So I defeated myself there too. See, just the bombs kill everyone. Oh, I clicked off screen with that and didn't die. See, these are bots for sure. Yeah, I think that's fair. You know, I don't know. I think the people who are complaining that I just feel like it's kind of just like a sunk cost fallacy to be complaining about the fact that you use these stones, because like I feel like equipment is going to dwarf any kind of stat adjustments we can really make through leveling in a big way. I don't know. I could be wrong. I think that's one of my like more out there opinions, but I think it's going to like make leveling look laughable eventually by comparison, just because it scales of it to the point where like, you know, 3 rolls over 100 levels doesn't really do much for you extra. Oh, it's been a hot chat. Wow, there's no way I'm reading all that right now. I can't. It's just too much. It would kill all my time. From premium to regular, difference is not really big. It is not big, yeah, but I am an XP maxi, so I intend to do premium treats. I think it's a really interesting incentives or design that they've put in there, so that like the ROI maxis will get the 3-day treats, and the XP maxis will get the, like, it's a pretty small amount of XP though. Like I did question it, but then I decided that I have to stick with my principles. So I'm gonna go for it. Like I think XP growth is the most important thing these heroes can have at this point in the game. And I think the XP gains from the Profession 10 quests are going to surprise us. I don't know where they're going to land. My guess, when I said maybe this could be, I don't remember. Someone asked this question in a chat, but like how much would the new quest give? And I was thinking like maybe 500, right? And you can get like to the mid-low like 1000s if you maximize your XP multiplier. So I don't know. I think it's going to be a very big difference compared to what we have now. I don't know. That's just a chance though. 500 might be a bit ambitious. That's why internet. Am I muted? Oh no. Oh no. Can you not hear me? I thought that was new. I'm pretty bad right now. Seeing the numbers from Combat Grounds. All right, wait. I gotta exit this. I didn't hit. Wait. No, yeah, boom. I didn't hit leave studio. I almost did. That would have been pretty bad. Stage. Well, I think the stats will matter, Beef. I'm saying that like I think you'll get gear that will give you so many stats that like a small difference in leveling is going to be like a pittance by comparison. Like, yes, I agree that there will be hopefully there will be some level where like that small difference does matter a lot, but I think for like average players, it's not going to end up mattering that much in the end. I don't know, kind of my opinion. Whoa, what's this? Oh man, where did you say that? I need to go listen. Shit. I'm missing everything. Where was that, Aphex? Shoot me a DM if you want, or I'll catch the live chat later. Stats, I don't think will matter as much, right? Okay, just 5% of this, right? Blah, blah, blah. You guys are going at it. I'm really happy about it. Thank you. Lots of good ideas in here for me to read later. Or you just forget about pets altogether and sell them all. Hey, there is a thought, be easy. That is a thought. Good one. I will leave to the chat to decide, but I enjoyed it. No, yeah, I'm gonna be, using pets and feeding them. It's just I have a pretty high laziness factor that I apply where like I don't know. I at some point I'm gonna just be like, nah, I'm not doing that anymore. I think it's partly because of my ADD. But when it comes to just trying to get every single hero, and there's hundreds, it's like, no, I'm just gonna pick like 20 that I really love, and then the rest I'll just kind of like show some attention here and there. Very not min-maxing style at all, but like I really like the dark summoning strategy. I don't really count that as anything bad. I think that's really smart and good stuff. Good use of existing in-game, what's the word I'm looking for, functionalities. But I just mean like people who are using a greater stone or a greater crystal on every level that they've done so far in a hero. Like I haven't done that at all. Yeah, yes, I feel you on that. Be easy. The combat bonus is key. Man, I see Grady's in here. It's awesome. Good to have you. Well, Sticks being rude. You weren't even here most of the time. Sticks, where were you at? When did you join? Just now? 2 minutes ago? Ha. Example, do you think he means like fatal shots are 500? Total stats are 500. Yes, that is a good way of putting it. So, like if like say your card at whatever level the soft cap they land on is, has 500 stats, I think it's very likely we'll see a gear progression where this gear will give you at least that many as well. If you like get enough content done, that would be the goal, I think. And then they release another level cap increase with the stones, right? With the runes, I should say. The Moksha rune. I don't know what the 21 is, but the new one would have to be getting us to 30. And once the base stats on the hero card go up, that'll be kind of like another, the next threshold in gear will be like a multiplier of that, I think. So I think it could take a while for us to get there because we're at really low hero levels right now. So all the numbers are small and they can keep the numbers on gear very, very small for that reason. So that's good. Yeah, we'll see though. But that's what I think is going to happen is basically just going to be like gear will be at least equivalent in determining our hero's like stat score, whatever you want to call that, like his total number of stats, or whether his stats are in the correct, those points are in the correct stats. There we go. Like, subscribe, bell button. Yeah, I got to get better about saying that. Please do like, subscribe, and bell button. And, yeah, encourage your friends to watch is also another thing. I should see if I had any topics from the broader ecosystem I wanted to cover. Wow, I'm such an idiot. I literally could have just used my last week agenda that I put together. Or do it live, baby. Do it live. Oh, yeah. All right. So I had one like pretty decent idea here is that, I noticed a lot of DeFi people are, I think there's healthy skepticism of like GameFi projects, right? I think there's a take that says I'm not interested in it, and here are the reasons why I'm not interested in it. And like it's reasonable, and that could be like nothing out there has shown, completion, like the ability to build a product that the market really wants to play, right? And I think that would be a fair take for anyone in the actual video game industry to say of crypto games in their current state, right? But it's very similar to critiques people made of Ethereum pre-merge, right? It's like you've gone 5 years without living up to the original promise you made to become a proof of stake network and all this stuff that came along with that, and staking and the removal of miners, and like 5 years. Why does it take so long? It's because they ran into problems. They had to go fix them, and they had to pivot when they realized that their first ideas were not actually good, right? And I think it wants a theory, like the difference between someone who got into Uniswap is like what was the build out for the original Uniswap once they had, like, I know it was very like innovative and revolutionary in DeFi, but as far as like front end interaction with a person, a DeFi user could just like come in, like, oh, here's a chart, okay, and like I click token in, I click token out, done. Like the DEX is a beautiful interface, but like that's all it needs, like, right? Doesn't need anything else. So I feel like DeFi people have become very accustomed to like very short timelines and like seeing a version of the I shouldn't say the smart contract here because that I mean like seeing the thing done basically at very fast, relatively speaking. Like people could fork Uniswap and just go do whatever they wanted immediately, and so like why would it take any time to build it? And so there's this kind of like I think a lot of people are very instant gratification oriented in the crypto space, and I do think that causes a lot of them to be skeptical of GameFi projects, and that's where a lot of the they take forever to get finished games. It just sounds like the rote arguments that I hear like a bunch of podcasts talking about that were Ethereum focused when I was getting into crypto last year. So I feel like I don't know. I don't think brush those critiques off your shoulder. I think recognize them for their realities, and like if they're honest, try to take them in and see what we can bring back to our fearless squad leaders at Kingdom Studios. But I don't know. It's how I avoid letting any of those get to me mentally. Hopefully that helps someone. I just hope gear is hard to obtain. Yes, I agree. Okay, so it's supposed to. So who is the one doing this supposition is what I must ask. Is it us? Are we supposing? Because yeah, but I mean I do generally agree with you. That's how I would want a game to be. I hope gear is hard to obtain. So I hope there's some gear that's very hard. I hope it's like the saying about skills that are easy to learn, difficult to master. I hope there's like an easy way to get like gear that lets you enjoy a good chunk of of playable content, say when they have like themed PvE releases or something like that down the line. But I then hope it's very difficult to get the top tier when it comes to gear. And that's also part of why I'm more leaning towards saying like it would be okay to incentivize people to like give an extra rarity boost for the stones, because I'm not as worried about top level hero inflation, because like we have this established use case for burning those heroes because they are the puzzle piece to building a monster with lining up many advanced, elite, or transcendent stats, and not just one that's kind of haphazardly on the card alongside well, what's the one I'm looking for? The caster one. Meh. I can't remember it, but it's the one that I always hate when I read it. Probably repressing it. But yeah, like there's a reason to burn them. And so I think adding a little more supply of those to the market wouldn't be bad, because I think maybe more people would participate in the dark summoning game, right? If there were just a little more on the market. Maybe the price would go down a little bit initially, but the velocity would go up quite a bit, right? So that's another thing people in crypto projects don't talk about very often, is like there's price, but there's also velocity of money, right? Where things are moving quickly. And that's one thing in the DFK ecosystem that's maintained like decent. Obviously it's slowed down a lot, but like people are still playing the tavern, and like people are still running bots to sweep up really low ones. I've heard multiple people talking about feeding the bots recently, that amused me. I didn't realize so many people just undercut themselves so far, because I feel like I've baited the bot a few times at like just a normal price. But yeah, feeding the bots. There's still people running those, and there's still a ton of people in the tavern. I am in the tavern more often now than ever before. I think the velocity in DFK that DFK has maintained is good. I just really want to feed my pets, man, because I got to give my bloater to my best fisher. That's tough. I don't know who my best fisher is. Probably one of my ninjas. I just hope gear is hard to obtain. Yeah, sorry, I read those. Boom, moving down. Very hard. Nerf so much stuff. Yes, this is good to repeat loudly from the rooftops many times. They're going to nerf so many things. Figure out right. And especially if something is like a kind of I don't want to say it's gimmicky, right? If it's not like an actual strat, like, I don't know. It's hard to describe it, but if it's gimmicky, I think is the best way. They're definitely going to nerf it, right? Because they want it to be a strategy game and not like every single game is the scholar's mate in chess and 4, like that. Yeah, so I agree with Be Easy there. Imagine how much you can sell a first of an item in the game that you craft. Oh, so let's see. I'm torn on that one though. Like, should you be able to craft really, really exciting, expensive gear right off the rip when you first start? But I think I misread you. Beam. I think I get it now. When you sell, like, imagine when we get to the higher tier and you sell the first of something. Yes. I see you. I got there, Beam. All right. Yeah. No, that would be ideal. I know a lot of people, myself included, would be into that. Sticks, not so much. I think Sticks is not really into the crafting game. Not gonna lie to you, but the intern is. Yeah, I mean that's the goal, and hopefully the thing about farming exotic items is like, hopefully that's done by defeating difficult encounters in PvE, or like maybe through a honor token style system if you participate in like PvP games where you each stake some tokens, right, to differentiate it from like a quick match style game where you can just play kind of as much as you want. Because I feel like there has to be a way for people to just play as much as they want if it's like this relatively quick turn-based fighter game, because if not, you're just going to lose retention, and that's the last thing any of us want, because we want hefty and full MMR lists when the matchmaker is trying to piece together teams. We want it to have lots of pieces to work with, and we want a lot of people to play this game with us and you come join our community. So yeah. That was bad. I'm not doing that again. Sorry. I'll be the guy selling beef. Keep the second one though. I mean, see, I also think there's a lot of merit to what you're saying there, BC. I think that's right. If you got one of the first ones in the game, do you think you won't be able to get a second one? I mean, that's kind of the question. I think maybe you should ask, right? And I think we're on the same side on that. I was just elucidating your point. LeMayo, yeah, dude. Meow. Hi, yo, the Wowie's life for me. We drink, we pillage, we rant for 5 hours. The Wowie life for me. I can't do that. No, not tonight. Because of what Bob said earlier. Anyway, Be Easy. Yeah, it's cool. Only an hour in, lol. This is like, I normally only go for an hour. Well, I can't say normally. I went for an hour, and then I went for an hour and a half, and then I went for a big goose egg, 0 minutes. Lots of walls. I'm loving you guys, chat. You guys are the homies. Yeah, or the recipe. I agree with pretty much everything you're saying on that point. Be able to craft it in each piece of the. Yeah, I would. Yes. Yeah, no. I think that should just be assumed that it will not be a guarantee when you defeat an enemy that they will drop the item you need. And you may not be able to fight them again that day. I could see that being a thing, right? Because there's kind of like daily activities or weekly activities in lots of games these days. So I definitely think I just assume that's going to be the case. What you said there, Beef. Yeah. I do like that. I mean, I'm really bad at it, but I really like playing it. I had this Choose Your Own Adventure Goosebumps book. I died so many times that I cheated, and I just read it front to back just to see all the possible paths, right? I was overly obsessed with it because I was like, why can't I win this stupid book? All right. Well, yeah, but I think you're probably right, especially early on. But because like at some level, right? Power comes down to like it doesn't come down to, that's a bad choice of words, but it's influenced by whether the hero is fun, right? Because if it's fun to play, you'll have people like playing it a lot and figuring out the nuanced strategies and explaining that to other people. And so making the weaker ones stronger is often a good way to make them more fun, because you either mix up their abilities, give them some sort of thing that people complain their kit is lacking. Their kit being their full set of all of their abilities. In the skill codex is this a shorthand word I've used for it in lots of games. Yes, I agree with that. Good point, Wowie. Effects add value to players. Yeah. Feel rewarded for grinding. Yeah, I mean, somewhat. I used to, sit right here, in fact, and farm lots of herbs and just listen to EDM. It was so much fun. And I'd sell them, and then I'd buy sweet mounts. I probably have some pretty good mounts. I do. I am into this, and I am grateful every single day for the sticks connecting me with Mythic Squad, because they're a good group of guys, and I'm excited to do guild stuff with them. Guild stuff's always fun in these games. I think it's just there's like the collaborative thing, and it's you're building towards this project together. It's like everyone's side project kind of, and then internal politics happen with like the internet friends from over there that no one's met, but like has like a considerable amount of influence in the guild, and then like things shatter, everyone's mad years down the line. But I know Mythic Squad will never get there to that point. That's what it is right there. Yeah. All right. I think one other thing, GameFi people I see bad takes on this is they're like against the ability to buy something that would give you an advantage in the game, right? A significant one. And it's like, I just don't see how that works with the premise of like permissionless, decentralized gaming in these ways, with these communities built around a game, with using all these tokens as like an in-game, an intelligent economy, as Matty Pest once said on a Sergeant Filthy McNasty debate stream. And I lost it. I got too into my own joke. Lost my train of thought. I hate when that happens. Yeah, that's true right there. Hell yeah, Mythic Squad. Hell yeah. Oh, I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited to be in Mythic Squad because I don't know. We're gonna build a sweet guild. I'm gonna build crafters up. I'm not actually. I'm just gonna use Be Easy's crafters because I have good PSYOP authority that he's specifically trying to build for crafting Gene. I'm lying, of course. Oh, the humorous of a man. Oh, man. People are too greedy, though. Yeah. See, so I have mixed feelings on this one. I don't know where I come out. It's I feel like if land is going to have the value that people want it to have, it kind of needs to be something that's like manageable not needs to be, sorry, but like that's capable of being managed in a fun way by a group of people. And I think anything that's capable of being managed in a fun way by a group of people could be achievable by a lone wolf. But like, I think a lone wolf can't optimize for multiple things at once. And that is what's something, or they can with the heroes, but like, I think broadly speaking, people are just better at different niches, right? Or you have different ideas than you. And it's just when you're exposed to other people sharing those ideas and like all trying to explore your different thing, you just get a multiplier effect, I think. So I don't think the lone wolf would ever be able to keep up with like a really well organized guild, but I think they would be able to keep up with like a shitty guild. Not a shitty guild, maybe like a mid guild. But yeah, that's my thought on that. I do agree with your first point that people are too greedy, and the way I've been phrasing it lately is impatient. You know, it's just I feel like everyone's impatient recently, but I get it. You know, waiting has been for a long time. I'm actually, it's one of my bigger flaws is I'm too patient. So you know, it's good I have people who call me on it in this chat. Appreciate all of you. World domination and nothing let you let. Okay, yes. Yeah, so we talking Pluto? Which world? The response is unclear. Yeah, and it's like play to earn is like necessarily built on the back of pay to win, because otherwise it's just marketing incentives or inflation that are going to run out, and as soon as they do, the people who are there for that reason are going to take off, right? So if you have pay to win mechanics, but you paid for instead of paying the team, you have to buy something on the market, right? So that is some player getting the compensation from you for the time they spent getting that item. And so I think that's a big difference. It's like the fusion of play to earn and pay to win is the only way that either of them really work in a fair manner. That's true. That's true. I certainly did not think, you know, my coolest song was going to be from the Welcome to Bogside Chats guy. I'll tell you that. So you never know when that madness might come to fruition, as the Beep says. Yeah, exactly. So I don't get why. I guess what I'm complaining about is I don't get why people that I see on the internet are so stupid that they don't get this sometimes. And I'm not like talking about anyone in particular. It's just it's like when I go listen to a spaces by some other community, like anyone, I feel like a common topic is what about pay to win mechanics? And I'm like, who gives a shit, right? You know, that's what you want. I want someone to be paying for the stuff that I want to sell. I want a buyer. I want lots of them. In fact, I want lots and lots of those people who are like don't want to do the front end effort. I think, you know, power levelers, whoever figures out how to best power level heroes for people once like the game's many years down the line, those people are going to be the ones who make the most bank off the game, because that's going to be the thing people want to pay for the most. Like, I have this great hero I just summoned. It's totally useless in the end game. Help me get there, wowie. You know, I think that's what a lot of, and so especially if we get to that point, right, we would have many layers of gameplay mechanics. It would be built up a critical mass, and like that would just be the most important thing, no lie. Well, right, no, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying like it needs to be set up in such a way that the active player earns when the pay to win guy pays. There's a symbiosis instead of a parasitic relationship. They're symbiotic. They both need each other to survive. It exists right now for the price of 1,000 heroes. NFTs make this awesome. Yeah, dude. NFTs are sweet. I'm more convinced than ever that amulets thing was that's when they realized that they had to do a lot of work to figure out how to connect NFTs in equipment slots and like have that data readable. I bet they've been working on it ever since. Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Dude, this is my favorite thing to say to CryptoGrade. We narrowed it down to just the one thing we disagree on. And it's actually relatively small. So I feel like I totally misinterpreted some things he said on stream because I didn't like see all of it. So I'm sorry about that, but it was fun chatting. I love you. Yes, I agree with this, especially with those. I think both lanes can work. Yeah, I think I assume you mean pay to win and play to earn. I think in order for either of them to work, you need them both set up well. Both lanes. There we go. Yep, there we go. All right, the message is getting out. See, this wasn't a terrible stream after all. All right. I can hear that she's still on the phone, so I'm gonna keep going. I'm reading my my notes for the last one. So, all right, I'd be interested to know how many people are holding on to like 5 of 5 advanced classes and 3 of 3 elite classes. You know, now that I've asked the question, I just thought of the best response. So the question I was getting at was like, who's going to be like the one saving up these heroes from now that to get them high level with high summons so that they can try to, you know, get the maximum tiers bonus on a mutated Dread Knight, right? But if my theory earlier is correct, that there is like a much faster way to leveling that is implemented one day either by the team or by some crafty third party with some you know, something to do, then it won't matter as much because you can just make one and hyper level it and then do that to get the max tiers bonus. So that would just go into the cost of making that hero is the hyper leveling. I mean, I'm just power leveling. Sorry. Power leveling. All right. That was a pretty bad question from Styx Intern this week. I had good questions from Styx. Oh, I had questions from Skiller last week. Why would anyone want a mythic 8-star pet? Shouldn't they all be 9 stars? Yeah, but what if your 9th star is like the changes profession from mining to fishing? I feel like I'd rather have a different one than that. But generally, though, I agree with you. I think your point is correct. Yeah, and we've talked about the other question a lot since then. That like it's all equipment based would be my answer. All right, I'm gonna read what you guys have said for a minute. Oh, yeah. See, I just, you know, it's fun for me. I think it's like when a cat claws you, you know, and it hurts. But, you know, the cat's just trying to say that they love you. That's what happens when I'm like arguing with you. If I don't like what you have to say, I typically just say, have a lovely day until you say something mean to me. And then I start saying mean things. But might be psyops. I don't know. I may or may not have said that to Dark 808 earlier today. Shout out my biggest fan, Dark 808. Dags knows. Others know. Kelly knows. A bunch of other people know. Guy is ridiculous. Imagine like taking your free time to make a Twitter account where you basically only follow one thing and then you go talk shit on that thing every time there's an update, and that's all you do. It's like that guy loves the game more than most of us. He's got like he's up to date on everything. He knows all of it, so he can have the perfect FUD ready, right? But like, you know how much effort that takes when you're supposedly not interested in something. That's why it amuses me to see people doing that, because it's like your actions do not jive with what you're saying. So that's interesting. Oh, Grady, I think one reason, I just remembered this, one reason why I think I wanted to argue with you so much was because it wasn't the absolute no-brainer thing. Oh, it was because I felt you were very persuasive when you would look at people and say, but do you not think that we should implement my idea? Because don't you want to see the value of the items in the game go up? Don't you want to see the push and the pull in the market as people have to make a choice between doing one thing or another, and it causes it to increase in value because people have these economic reasons to be doing things? And, you know, don't you want to see the value go up of all these tokens? And I'm like, I love that argument because one, you deliver it much better than me. Your delivery is like great. You get the clap timing, the tone changes. It's very good. It's very persuasive. But it's also totally circular reasoning. It's like, but if we assume I'm right, you hate society. Do you hate society? It's like, no, we can't assume you're right as a justification. You know, I'm not saying anything bad. It's just it not grinds. It's just it's like sticks in my head like a splinter when I see these things. There's someone the other day was doing something even like much worse though. I thought I was very like my only problem with it was you're so persuasive with it. I wanted to believe you, and I'm like, I know that's wrong, but I believe it. He's saying it so confidently. It's gonna work no matter what. There is no doubt. It's an absolute no-brainer. That's how I felt. And that's, I think, why I wanted to argue so badly, because I was like, dude, he's persuading me. And I know it's a logical fallacy. 3 or 3 spell bows? I'm so jealous. Oh, I went for a spell bow attempt earlier today. Yeah, I did a shapeshifter with the bard, right, obviously, and got a monk. Sticks in turn with the rugs. Keeping it hot and heavy, but it's all right. I have 4 more summons, and I could get a spelly on one of them. Wish me luck, man. I'd be into a common for that. Oh yeah. Peace out, man. Oh, I hope that was funny. Oh my god. I don't know what everyone's laughing at. I should have checked this faster. Her person doesn't matter when heroes anymore. Now that your pets can rectify that for you. No, but I think Grady also makes this point really well on his KP thing the other day, is that it's only one bonus that does that for you. So that means you're losing out on the opportunity to have a bonus that aligns and gets you more. Right, that pet catches your hero up to others, and then you're gonna have others like the other like same kind of where they already matched. They'll be able to use the ones that give more fish or more tiers and more chances to get stuff instead of just getting on the same starting foot. And so I think that point's really well made. But that being said, I'm still intending. I have a few heroes where it's like, dude, you're like in the long term, your stats are going to be much better for this one, such that like it's going to outweigh any benefit I would get on the mining side for this super high agi like a ninja, right? So I just think short term doesn't make much sense. Long term will make very much sense. Now that your pets, blah blah blah. Same here, yeah. The person is a huge troll. Oh, dude, yeah, dark, dude. Oh, okay. I figured out where you are now. Okay, man. You guys are hot today. All right. Yeah, I agree. It was because of your matter-of-fact statements and also just your tone of delivery. All right, Fu, get me out here. No, I can't. I got to get off. It's my wife's birthday, Grady. You may not have seen it. No, because, okay, wait. You just tell me honest. No. But listen here. Your point was, if we implement this change, it will cause the items to have more utility, and it will everything in the ecosystem will increase in value, and the whole thing will be fixed. Is what I was understanding that you were saying, and I'd hear you make this point, but do you not want the items to be more valuable? And it's like, no, yes, we both want the items to be more valuable. We're just there may be disagreement on whether that's the best way to do that, or that's even a good way to do that. And now I do generally agree with your idea, though. I just don't think it'll make people use stones or crystals any more than they already now, because I don't think it's is when you're looking at it from the front, right? Say I'm the person summoning 2 heroes. Am I going to use a stone, decide whether or not to use a stone, just because, well, if I get, a hero that I don't want, if I crystal this hero up a whole bunch, maybe I'll be able to get a decent little bonus on dark summoning it one day. I don't know. I could see it if they like made the rarity boost very staggering, but then it's like it becomes a bit too predictable, right? Because then it's like, all right, if you do this, you will eventually be able to have a 98% mythic chance, right, or whatever they cap it out at, maybe even 50, whatever they would cap it out at, but equivalent with a double rare pair, maybe. But I just don't think it changes the actual incentive balance on the front end. And then your most persuasive argument, I loved it. It persuaded me all the time. But like, yeah, if we assume that my outcome is correct, then I was right all along. Because if we do what I want, the price of everything's going to go up. And if we do what you want, that's not going to happen. But like when the argument started with, how do we get the economy going? How do we get the prices of everything to go up? Really? I just don't think so. I don't think it really changes the incentive math at the front end there, because it's like I'm going to assume that I'm going to get the best, or like I'm going to be optimizing for my best possible outcome. I'm not going to be optimizing for my worst possible outcome, and that's just it. So I don't really think it's going to change the incentive structure at the front end. Oh yeah, no, I mean, but will they stay up? Ooh, I kind of believe yes, but it does depend how many people prefer the. Oh, I agree. You gotta have utility for everything. No disagreement there. I just did no disagreement on like the vast majority of your points. It's just I didn't think it was like I think it's totally fair to let there be a bonus, especially for people like you and KP who like have supported the game in its early phase. And it's like I think maybe there's room for some special consideration there. Like they just throw you guys a bone. And but like I don't think it's going to change anyone's mind from the front end when deciding whether or not to stone. I think it maybe like they would decide to crystal something. Right, I could see that because they like maybe make a decision. Oh, I'm going to burn this after they've already acquired it, and it's a different decision set than when they're at the summoning portal. So I could see it impacting crystals now that I've talked it through with you a little bit more here, but I don't know about stones. But stones are already in high demand, as BEZ said earlier. I've never bought it. I like greater stones are always been like I could get like a ton of heroes for that. You still have rarity of stones, so it's not that bad, right? I agree with that. Honestly, the sad and very pathetic reason why I don't dark summon more is because I go to do it like a few times a week. I go to look at them, and I'm like, I can't kill you guys. You're my friends. We've been through so much together. I can't kill you. Oh, my heroes. It's sad, pathetic, but that's me. My 10 Commandments. See, but I also don't believe in the 10 Commandments. I don't think every single hero should get a lesser crystal because it's just like, why? It seems like so much extra effort. But like, I get it. But like, why not go for like a few heroes tactically getting regular crystals? But that's the only 10 Commandment I really ever had a problem with. Though the rest of them are all money. Yeah. Weird. Disincentivize you stunts. See, oh man. Well, I'm glad you guys all came tonight. I mean, I guess Grady, the question is disincentivized compared to what though? Like compared to before dark summoning? Right? Because you're referring to that chart handily made by iOS code, right? Baby, I love you. I love you too, man. I wish I had an MP3 of that song. I would throw it on these guys, but I need an MP3. I can't do it with anything else. I gotta figure out a way to get it from DFK Tales, but he told me I need permission from you. Yeah, I mean, I think stones and crystals are for getting your secondary as high as possible and at the same time, hopefully getting a stat on your primary above 100%, right? So you can just drop your 2 primary rolls into that, get it 2 of that, and then really good chance of the 3rd one. I use lesser stones on most of my rares, and then I will go get regular stones, and I've never used, or not stones, sorry, crystals. I'm talking about crystals here. I will go get regular crystals for most of my like legendaries and mythics, but I don't cough up for the graders, even though like I should. But at the end of the day, I'm not as I don't know what the word I'm looking for is there. I don't know. I just never wanted to go on Exern, really, because I just go there and I'm like, oh, I could have so many heroes. Yeah, well, I mean, it's simple, but I don't know. I feel like part of it could just be people realize that like Lester's like I would like use stones on summons that were important. Yes, I agree. The optimal path is to use it on every summon, but I think that's not feasible for most people. You know, I don't think I agree with any of your idea here. It's just I just don't think it's like realistic to think that everyone would do it. Is what I'm looking for. Beezy. Stones on all dark summons. Sometimes they don't. Regular summons that call branch. Yeah, I mean the only one where I'm guaranteed not to use a stone is the Gen Zeros. The graded commandments are awesome. I have to go back and rewatch it. Some good content though. It's been like almost a year, Grady. Wow. See, it's interesting here, but all the top dark summoners are all saying they still use stones. I don't know. That's an interesting one. Are you saying that because like a stone gets you 100 times rolls and the crystal only gets you 1x its roll percent? I was trying to make sure I understand that correctly or likely incorrectly. If I like the traits, it's getting a stone. It's lesser. Yeah, there we go. I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear that you have hope. Good. I was worried for a second, Grady. Really was. Always use stones in the pit. All right, but Beef. All right. Walk with me through this hypothetical. I have gardeners, level 12, under 30 in every stat. Common. Should I use a stone with them? You say the reward ceiling for rarity is too high. Is the reward ceiling not the exact same in both? Or explain that to me, because like if we're just seeing, maybe are you saying the chances to hit the top are much better? Ceiling is catching me because like to me my brain's going the ceiling's mythic. In either case. I mean, Yeah, I do like that argument. I think if you're gonna compare stones and crystals, you have to assume that the person is talking about using 100 of the crystal or 99 of it, one for every level up. Or it says 100. I don't know. I don't math. But I do get what you're saying here. So yeah, minimum 4 points bonus, maximum 2 points bonus. Math. I get that. I don't know if that's like good math. I'm a lawyer, but I follow the reasoning and I like it. See, but here's the thing: is like nobody tries to make them, but they're just like the byproduct of so many things, and there's no reason to get rid of them because jobbers are too good. What do we do about the jobbers? I mean, people do sell them. I'm not saying there's no reason to get rid of them, but it's just like I would never, but like most of the time I would elect not to burn them because like I want a bigger army right now, and I have for a long time. Bigger army, good. I can focus on the specialistas later. Once I played a little, like I really don't even like try. If I didn't have that one card that was just so much better than the others, I don't otherwise really think which of mine are the best or not, because like I'm gonna need to get my hands on the test drive and just see which ones are fun to play. Like there's been games where it's like, oh, you should play this, bro. It's the meta pick. It's the best hero. Pretty brain dead. You could maybe handle it. It's just like, no, I can't do that, man. It's not fun enough. Yeah, no, it's the percent to hit top. Okay, so it's higher. That number is higher. Got it. Thank you. Just don't all of them either. It's insane. I mean, that's the part that really blew my mind. It was like you had 2,000. You're doing that. Right. I mean, that's fair. See, so I do think that actually what really blew my mind on DFK today, which I'll pull those numbers up here. DFK today. Just give me a moment and I'll get it set up for you all as well. But okay, so here on DFK today, I'm going to zoom TF in and scroll TF down. Oh, that's too much zoom. There you go. That was perfect. It's right above the comment. All right. Oh, I need to scroll to the right. Oh, I hate. Christian Peter. Can I not do this zoomed in? Oh, what is wrong with my window? There we go. But now it's hard for you all to see, isn't it? All right. But either way, so yeah, there's still even now less than 100,000 rares, only barely though. But like there is almost 350,000 commons. But there's only 40,000 heroes above level 10 of the total 666,000, almost 667. There are 40,386 above level 10. That blows my mind, right? So I think maybe the reason people aren't using crystals and stones, Grady, isn't because they isn't it related to dark summoning? Okay, wait, maybe it's just different than I thought. Maybe it's like they are why is it such a big disparity? No, I know. Yeah, but I know. I get you. I knew that. He always he's made it a point to remind the stream ever since he took over in the race. Right? But we have less than 150,000 rare plus heroes so like less than 25% of the population is rare plus. So if you have a rare plus, you're top 25%. If you're also level 10, you're top 40, top 10, like I don't even know, top really small percent. and like 20 really, really small percent, only 56 people. But I think that makes a lot of sense, right? It takes so many stamina pots at the current XP rate to go to level 20 that it's just not, it doesn't make sense to do. But anyway, I really do have to go now, guys. It's been fun. I really enjoyed the chat with you guys. I will leave you all with my current draft of the Matty Pesk song. I hope he eventually watches this stream and realizes what he missed. Restart.
The biggest reckless speculators I know.
Mythic Squad, we influence the devs. Top of list for Mythic Squad for sure. Like they're building around us. You get immersed in the community because this community is Mythic Squad. One of the biggest reckless speculators I know is Mosh, and he's won plenty of times because of it.
Oh, they're gonna smash.
Mythic Squad. Yeah, but yeah, that's what we live on in Mythic Squad. Mythic Squad. We love reckless speculating, but we like to work through it as a group. Recklessly speculating is funner with friends.